Now it's just for them because she sold the land. No, it's legally. I don't know why you're full now. What your is now. I don't get all the politics out we're gonna have some fun, formal groundbreaking, invite the neighbors and architects and friends, go on a search, Olive Garden. I'm gonna find out what their house red wine is and get a gallon of it. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna find her. Yeah. He's older than my oldest Riley, but they were in school together. All right, let's see, man. I'm with that. See you.
We used to go watch the Michigan
Last call, 1 minute for countdown. 1 minute for liftoff, rather.
Perfect. So let's
Michael,
just
you
go
ready?
ahead and do. All right, let's do it. Oh wait.
Here's David. Chef David.
Oh, wait. You already asked him when he was going to make the announcement? Sure. They're going to reveal in about 30 seconds.
Tim. They're going to drop the curtain.
What has culinary genius Eddie Hardwick come up with for the final round of the 2015 Oklahoma Restaurant Association Culinary Cook-Off? This is pretty fantastic. I can tell you, I'm back here right now, and you know, it's moving.
Come on, man.
Eddie, you ready?
This is killing us.
Let's drop this, gentlemen, in 3, 2, 1, boom.
Well, what we're going to do today is we've got wild boar racks, gooey duck clam, and sushi grade, shibi grade, snapper. For this round, they got to do 3 plates, appetizer, entree, and dessert. Also, in addition to that, we're going to let them serve it or have it served as they complete it. So if they finish their appetizer, we can go ahead and serve it to the judges. The same thing with the entree and their dessert. So if you guys are ready to go, come on up here on stage. Start looking around. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to look around because I've added, Ba and I both have added a lot of stuff to the pantry. And we'll move that way.
Yeah, special thanks, Bob, from Cal Nguyen. That was fantastic. Hey, man, you want to say a couple words?
No, hope everyone enjoys the food. At least the judges do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Beautiful food. Thank you so much. Cal Nguyen, once again. All right, the chefs are taking it in. Boy, that gooey duck is gooey and duck.
Well, there you have it. We're live from the convention floor, downtown Oklahoma City, the Cox Convention Center, the
Just to clarify, the
Oklahoma Restaurant Association Convention and Expo. We've made it to the finals of the culinary cook-off, and right now the judges are receiving their instructions and their final ingredients.
They can use anything that's on the table, anything behind.
And it's quite the ingredients.
Everything that we've done the last 2 days, all of that goes into the pantry. So the pantry grows and grows and grows for 2 days. So they've got a lot more ingredients now available to them than they had when we started this whole shebang.
And the shebang he's talking about is the finals of the culinary cook-off here at the Cox Convention Center. I'm Dave Morris. We're live here on NewsOK.com, joined by the food dude himself, the Oklahoman's food editor, Dave Cathy, who is among the judges. And Dave, we've made it to the finals.
It's very exciting. I love this event. A lot of fun. We have David Nguyen. He's with the Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club. We have Michael Paskey. He's with Cafe 7. Those are our finalists today. They made it through heats yesterday. They made it through heats this morning. So now they have an hour to take these very rustic, exotic ingredients and turn them into a three-course meal.
The Convention and Expo here at the Cox Center started on Wednesday. We had the cocktail shakedown yesterday. It was a one-day event. You can watch that video online at NewsOK.com. But as Dave mentioned, the 2 finalists here were actually in Heat 1 and Heat 2 yesterday. They won those 2 heats, advanced to another round, and then to today. You have been among the judges, as I mentioned. I believe we were 5 judges, perhaps.
That's right.
A motley crew of people with good culinary tastes. What are some of the things you've sampled? I know yesterday you had quail for breakfast and maybe some frog legs.
Yeah, today was, we saw some really inspired dishes. We started out with some New Zealand lamb and some red snapper that they had to turn into one dish with some udon noodles. Today the twist was they had a theme, and they picked by lottery. They picked a theme, and the first theme was Southern food with those 2 dishes, which was quite a challenge, but they did a great job.
So by Southern food, does that mean extra butter or does that mean fried?
Gravy, yeah, no, fried definitely. Michael won. He fried. He did a really beautiful batter fried red snapper. It was sort of like probably the key dish on his plate that pushed him through. I did a great job. And then the second one, let me think. It was an Italian theme. We had baby octopus, and we had pork. And now those ingredients were much more conducive to the
right,
to
so
Italian
in
food
addition
and
to
a little
these
easier,
two
but the
finalists,
standards
we
were probably a
have
little
some
higher.
really
And David did a beautiful job with his. The baby octopus is very difficult to get palatable in that amount of time because there's a lot of massaging and beating of those octopus that you got to do.
It's a lot of texture involved. I've had some squid before, and it's definitely an acquired taste.
Yes.
Although, I say acquired taste, if a chef knows what they're doing, they can make pretty much anything taste really good.
You acquire it pretty quickly when it's in the right hands, and they did a great job. They really did. I am gonna order mine with no hair. That's a little bit frightening there, but
We were looking at the stage, and they had the big reveal here, Dave. Just to recap this, we're at the Oklahoma Restaurant Association Convention and Expo, the finals of the Culinary Cook-Off. They're interviewing Chef John Bennett right now about some of the things he's looking at. They just unveiled the ingredients to our finalists. Our final two chefs are David Wynn from Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club and Michael Paskey from Cafe 7. Dave, what are the ingredients that they have to cook with here?
all right, looks like we got some wild boar, a completely broken down wild boar. So basically anything that you want. There's some gooey duck, which is
What is gooey duck?
oh boy. It is a really big clam, basically. A really large, frightening looking clam.
So that was the, well, they just dissolved out of that, but that was the device-looking thing sitting in the big martini glasses.
Yeah, it's there. And now, gooey duck is going to be a real challenge for these guys. It is not something that you see very often.
The big boar sitting there is not going to be a big challenge.
You know what? As much of a challenge as that's going to be, the gooey duck will probably they will have worked with parts of this before. There's a really good chance they've never worked with gooey duck because it's hard to get. It's hard to get, and it's not gooey. It's not actually gooey. It's just a clam, and it's not even spelled like gooey. I can't even spell gooey duck for you. It's very exotic. I've had it and really enjoyed it, but I can tell you it's really, really difficult.
And I believe there's a fish up there as well. Was that a snapper maybe?
You know what? I don't think I caught it. I'll for our next update I'll have a better grasp. But yeah, I'm catching it here just like everybody else.
Food product, I believe they said was provided by Super Cow Win.
Yeah, Super Cow Win did a lot of it. Market Source is the lead on this here event. Did all the kitchen. They provided the kitchen. So yeah, a lot of great stuff in there.
It's the Oklahoma Restaurant Association Expo. Over 6,000 people were expected yesterday and today for this event. A lot of vendors, a lot of industry types, restaurants, bars, from the liquor industry and the Restaurant Association. This is a fantastic setup we're looking at here.
Oh yeah, this is first rate. They have everything they need back there. They've got a great oven. They've got great prep area and a fantastic pantry that has just been growing with each heat. And then the other thing that the chefs have is they have some students working with them behind them, some young culinary students. Whoever wins, the culinary student also wins. So everybody's got a stake in this event.
And I believe they're competing for prizes that are around the $3,000 range, or second, third, and fourth prizes as well. And those culinary students you mentioned, they're on the hook for some prizes too.
That's right. They have a little cash coming their way. And what has been the trend is the students who are make it this far help their chef win money. It usually turns into a job.
Fabulous Randy Lunsford, and then here in a few minutes.
Well, as they're tossing it back to Randy Lunsford for the for the mood music, I believe he's going to kick into some Frank Sinatra for us. Dave, one last question for you before we kick it back to the stage. What are you looking for as a judge? They have, I believe, 3 dishes they're preparing here.
Right. You know, it really comes down to the main ingredients that they're supposed to spotlight. I want to see those prepared and executed as best they possibly can. That's step one. That's the foundation. After that, you get that down, then show some technical expertise, show some flourishes, and some that you put a little bit of thought into it. But yeah, execute. That's always the thing. It's got to taste good.
And frankly, that's all that matters at the end of the day is how does it taste? Among the things that our contestants have been judged on these 2 days, plate presentation, creativity, the product taste, and sanitation practices, which is always huge.
That's right. You gotta, this is a chef's competition. You know, it's not just for show. This is to show that you actually know what you're doing when you're in the kitchen. So they take into account those things. And for this round, or for the last 2 rounds, you know, how well did you adhere to the theme? Today there'll probably be some marks for how quickly you put your dish out, since you are doing this. And what was your timing like? You know, are you following up your dishes properly? So, you know, it's a true restaurant competition, unlike a lot of shows where they're doing things that would never actually happen in a restaurant. This would be a little bit of a stretch, but it could be done.
All right, we'll send it back to the stage. Here's the Oklahoma Restaurant Association Expo and Convention at the Cox Convention Center. We will be live over the next 45 minutes as these chefs prepare an appetizer, an entree, and dessert. Dave will let you get back to the judging, and we'll be back shortly.
Association Culinary Cook-Off.
It's going to be fun, very interesting, and see how it goes, Fun, that's the main deal.
Absolutely. Plenty of ingredients to choose from.
A lot of time.
What was the duck out here?
I'm not ducking out of it.
Beautiful food.
Well, once again, we're live from the Cox Convention Center, the Oklahoma Restaurant Association's Convention and Expo. We are at the finals of the Culinary Cook-Off. The finalists from Cafe 7 and the Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club, David Wynn and Michael Paskey, are hard at work right now. They have about 50 minutes left to prepare their dishes, an entree, an appetizer, and a dessert. We are joined now by Rodney Bivens, Executive Director of the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma. Sir, thanks for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
You guys are among the participants. There are about 6,000 people, 250 booths, I believe I read, and you have a booth right over here. But you guys also include a packet to the various restaurants and those attending here of how they can help you guys out with the food that they prepare and perhaps some excess that they have.
That's correct. You know, they can always donate to us. Any excess they have, they weren't able to serve or weren't able to make it available to people, they can call the food bank. We'll make arrangements to get it picked up. And we also pick up from the food show itself.
I was talking with Jim Hopper earlier about that. He said you would be backing up a truck later today for that delivery.
That's correct. We'll be backing up. Last year they gave us enough food for about almost 6,500 meals. So we're hoping we'll do that well or better this year.
Well, give us a quick overview of the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma, some of the services you provide and the needs that you guys serve.
Well, the Regional Food Bank covers 53 counties, all of central and western Oklahoma, 48,000 square miles. We make about 1,200 deliveries throughout those 53 counties every month, month in, month out. One of our biggest programs we have is our childhood hunger programs. One of them is the backpack program. We're actually end up the school year serving almost 19,000 children
in over 521 elementary schools. And that program's kicking off again because school's starting back up. And so we're excited about that. And we couldn't do it without the donations and help like the Oklahoma Restaurant Association.
And people, residents, people who go to these restaurants, they can also participate as well on your website, regionalfoodbank.org. There are various ways that people can donate, support, get involved. You also have Hunger Action Month here in September. What's that about?
Well, Hunger Action Month happens to be our favorite. Our orange is Hunger Action Month color. And so we try to do something every day throughout the whole month to get people involved with helping with the hunger issue. They can volunteer at the food bank. They can obviously go online and donate, or they can just give their time and efforts in some other way, or they can have a food drive. So go to our website, and there's a calendar of events all month long. We ask people to participate in that. That's Hunger Action Month.
Let's talk about how you guys are partnered up with the Restaurant Association. Again, we're here at this this convention. Not every state has a restaurant convention like this. This is kind of regional based, but it's very successful, and I believe you guys have been in partners for several years.
Yes, for many, many years. They've allowed us to have a booth here at no cost, and it gives us an opportunity to educate people the hunger issue as well as about the regional food bank. And the restaurants have been tremendous partners of ours for 30-something years now. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll have a particular meal, or they'll have dessert. And they'll say, anybody that buys that dessert tonight, we'll give 50 cents to the regional food bank. And over time, it adds up to thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
When we last spoke, perhaps not you and I, but I was speaking with someone in our studio. It was the Letter Carriers Drive. That was earlier this year, earlier this summer, always a big event. We previewed that, how to go. My understanding is that you guys set a record for a number of meals, the result of how that adds up.
We did. We actually raised over £1 million and about $1,200,000, represented about 3.4 million meals that we wouldn't be able to serve otherwise.
We'll talk a little bit, and I'll get you out on this, about the need here in the community of those who are hungry, whether it's the young ones, whether it's the seniors, or just the working class who frankly need some help.
Well, that's the challenge is. You know, the regrettable part is over 300-something thousand Oklahomans at any given time are at risk of not having enough food, and 1 out of 4 of those are children. And it's just unacceptable in Oklahoma. And we're getting better. Things seem to be leveling off, but now we've got a situation now energy prices have dropped, and demand for food has continued to increase, especially in the outlying areas outside of Oklahoma City. We have a real unemployment rate, but unfortunately we have a chronic unemployment. People just simply aren't making enough money to make ends meet, and so they rely on the food bank or other services just to get by that last week or 2 weeks of the month.
He's Rodney Bivens, Executive Director of the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma, serving a need and doing a great job with him and his crew. And they're out here at the Oklahoma Restaurant Association Convention Expo. Rodney, what was your favorite booth that you hit? Any specific restaurant or type of food that you look for?
Hey, the Regional Food Bank booth's my favorite one. Hey, but you know, they're all great. They have a tremendous crowd, and the amount of food they put out and the contests they do and everything is just absolutely tremendous.
And part of it's going to a good cause, the Regional Food Bank. Rodney, congratulations on the letter carrier's success, and best of luck going forward. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much for your time.
All right, we will send it back to the competition. It's probably about 45 minutes left as they are preparing their appetizers, the entrees, and desserts. At the finals, Culinary Cook-Off, the Oklahoma Restaurant Association, and our contestants, Michael Paskey and David Wynn. We'll send it back to the competition.
43 minutes. 43 minutes. Pretty relaxed up there, really. Nice. On the floor?
Working on the final round, and then we have some judges down here who have been keeping an eye. Some of them have been up in the kitchen. Chef Mark Nassau, what do you think so far? It's an unusual product seen around here. In this round, the chefs are able to present their plates to the judges as they are ready.
The chicken fried the gooey duck and put a lot of gravy on it, it's going to be fine. Other than that, I'm not sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to plant some ideas up there.
Ooh, chicken fry. Chicken fried gooey.
You know, I've seen these. I've seen them at grocery stores and restaurants, and I've never had the pleasure of enjoying one. I'm a lover of all things food, so I'm genuinely excited to try it as long as they don't screw it up.
And I've had it done properly, and I've had it done poorly.
We are live at the Oklahoma Restaurant Association Convention and Expo, the finals of the culinary cook-off right now. The MCs are having some fun with our judges. In fact, I'm joined by one of the judges right now, Kurt Fleischfresser of Western Concepts. Sir, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for coming to see us.
Well, this is a fun event, a two-day event. Yesterday and today, we've made it to the finals.
Can we get some security?
And as I mentioned, you're one of the 5 finalists. What have you seen so far in the yesterday and today?
Yesterday, the ingredients were simple, but the time was short, so there was some issues as far as getting the protein done properly and kind of making everything blend together. And 20 minutes is a really hard time, and a lot of times the chefs lose focus of actually what's on our scorecard. That's what makes a difference whether you win or lose. So.
Well, that is one of the things. In addition to the presentation and the taste, they really are cooking for you guys, right?
Yeah, and like I said, we just go right down that scorecard. But today everybody did great. It was a very challenging today, very close. And this is like the 19th year, and I think I've judged it 18 years, so it's pretty amazing.
We are looking at the 2 finalists. It's Michael Paskey of Cafe 7 and David Wynn from the Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club. I'm talking with Kurt Fleischfresser of Western Concepts. And Chef, you're looking at the ingredients. I saw you on stage just a second ago. How would you do this, given the time constraints? What would you do with these ingredients?
Well, the gooey duck is kind of pretty straightforward. You're going to make something. You're probably going to do sashimi with the neck of it, and then inside you're going to make something savory, chowder. Something where you kind of accent those flavors, and then on the boar, I just you got to cook it right. Make sure it's moist. Make sure you give it time to rest. That's one thing a lot of the proteins they've been missing out on. And cooking it, let it rest, especially because it's lean.
If you have to Google
and then, the snapper,
do it quick.
Sky's the limit. There's a lot of stuff to play with up there.
So it could be like a sashimi, they could stir fry.
Question is,
yeah, definitely.
Although there are hundreds of different names for oysters,
Robert Black from Good Egg Dining is addressing the audience. About 6,000 people are expected during this 2-day event. And again, we're here at the finals, talking with Kurt Fleischfresser from Western Concepts. He owns many of the restaurants and chef places like Sushi Nico and the Coach House. Chef, you were recently in New Orleans for a cooking competition, so you know a little bit about, and of course you've handled many of those, but there's a lot of pressure that goes into competing on time frames when there's cameras in the audience, right?
There is, but what you have to do is you have to relax, because being too excited doesn't help you. And actually, there was a little competition before that was similar to this. They did a throwdown the night before with 3 chefs. So I did that the night before, and then we did the other event where we have extended period of time to really take our time and prepare the food. So we had both ways. So.
Well, Chef, we have a really good culinary scene here in Oklahoma City. A lot of local-owned places like yourself. I was talking with Dave Cathy yesterday during our coverage. Some of the purpose of this event is some items that might be popular in a year or two that we'll see on the market. Events like this are kind of a good staging area for maybe Chipotle peppers or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can see some trends coming down the pike by watching things like this. And all the young culinary talent are going to look at these challenges and go, man, I want to do that. I want to cook a gooey duck or something he has never cooked before.
Has anyone ever said that? I want to cook a gooey duck.
All right, I got one more question.
They do,
here.
believe me.
Culinary trivia question from Dave Cathy, the food dude, the Oklahoman. Here it comes right here.
Dave Cathy now addressing the crowd here at the finals. I'm going to let Chef Kurt Fleischfresser step away for that phone call. I will toss it back to the competition as Dave Cathy addresses the crowd.
Oh, boom. Hang on.
Patrick had already answered it, right? You can't answer it? Well, you're right, too. You're both right. All right.
Dual winners, no problem.
Dual winners. There we go.
Smoked, dried jalapeno.
Ooh, and I got a mic now. Watch out. Showtime.
On behalf of Market Source, where is Zena, magical lady? We need her. Did you
Go
bring
ahead.
him?
Chef Bennett has a question he could ask.
All right, fantastic. Okay, everybody, get it together now. I didn't see you, Georgianne. I know your games. She's over there Googling. And, okay, give it up.
Okay, what is the name of the oldest restaurant in the world? Where is it located, and what are its specialties?
This is for some bonus points. case of glasses, and some culinary swag from Market Source. John, say that again. Right here, right here.
The Botín restaurant in Madrid, Spain, and it opened in 1725.
Say it again. John.
Where is it?
Chef John.
The Botín restaurant in Madrid, Spain, and it opened in 1725.
And what are the two specialties? I was a three-part
Have you not been introduced to Chef Bennett before? He's tough.
And how much does it weigh?
Cochinillo asado
Okay, who's answered that? Anybody?
Cochinillo asado, the roasted suckling pig.
And? Yes, that's correct. How much does that pig weigh? No. And what's the other specialty? It's not in Google, is it?
It's older than even you, John, so give her a break.
You'll pay for that. Okay, give up. Baby eel are anguillas, and they serve a cazuela of it, and it's $150 a portion.
Is it worth it?
Well, yes.
I'm going to go ahead and award this.
She earned it from the abuse.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's a great question. Typical question from Chef John Bennett.
I would have expected nothing less from Chef John. All right, so we have 31 minutes remaining on the clock in this final round of the Oklahoma Restaurant Association Culinary Cook-Off, presented by our lead partner, Market Source, Premier Platinum Partner, Kelly Brokerage Inc., Silver Partners, Auto Floor System, Alan Oliver, and Heartland Payment Systems, Gold Partners, Ben E. Key, Carlisle Food Service Products, Roland Foods, Friedman Meats, Fresh Point, Go Fresh, Blazers Oklahoma, Premium Brands Wines and Spirits, providing all of our wines for our judges through this two-day competition, the Oklahoma Pork Council, Super Cow Win, Superior Linen Service, and U.S. Foods. And of course, thank you to all of the students who have come out and assisted our chefs. We will be back with a little more trivia here in a few moments, and probably check back in with the judges as we see the chefs get a little bit closer. I see some plates already going on in Chef David Wynn's kitchen. The chefs here can actually, and on the other side as well, Chef Michael's got some plating going on. So it looks like we may have some appetizers to check out here momentarily. I would like to remind everybody that while we all want to see the plates, please do not crowd the judges. They don't like that.
And nobody wants a cranky judge. I'm Dave Morris here at the convention floor at the Cox Convention Center. The Oklahoma Restaurant Association Convention and Expo continues. We are at the finals of the culinary cook-off. The food that these chefs are working with, courtesy of our friend right here, Ba Luong, Super Cow Wind. Great to meet you, and thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much.
Give us a little bit of an overview. Super Cow Wind is located off of Classen at about, 27th maybe? 26th Street in Oklahoma City. I'm going to toss it to you. Give us an overview of Super Cow Wind and the various things that you guys have there. And the reason I mention this, if you go in there, the seafoods, the meats, the vegetables, it is fantastic.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit for the pantry here that you see here. There's a bunch of other sponsors, but what we tried to do here was we tried to bring the entire grocery store. We tried to bring the world here so that these chefs will have all the tools to work with. And that we wanted a pantry that would rival anything you would see on a cooking show. And so we were able to bring products from over 50 different countries in here, all over, and and give them the tools to make the best dish possible.
So many different ways to go with this interview. Let's talk about the inventory that you have at Super Cow Wind. How are you guys able to maintain and source that inventory?
Well, we watch a lot of TV. And so whenever we see something that's cool and exciting, or if we want to try to eat something or make something that's international, we'll try to source those items and bring that in because we think that other people have the same palate as us, as my brother and I. And so we try to bring that to Oklahoma City.
And how long have you guys been working with the Restaurant Association and this event?
We've been a sponsor for almost 10 years now. And so again, what we've done was we tried to bring the world here to give these great chefs all the tools that they need to work.
What are some of the things they're working with here that you brought that you're eager to see what they're going to do with? Let's step aside a little bit over here.
Well, my favorite is the gooey duck. That's that big clam.
I was just talking with Kurt Fleischfresser about that and Dave Cathy as well. Tell us a little bit more. What is a gooey duck?
Well, a gooey duck is a clam. It comes from the Washington State area, and it's basically a giant clam that burrows down in the ground. And it's farm raised by Taylor Farms, and what you do is you just dig down there and pull the clam out. And these clams are great, and I'm sure a lot of your viewers have seen it on TV, on Bizarre Foods and some of the food networks and things like that.
So when you saw the gooey duck, you're like, oh yeah, I'm bringing this for these guys to compete with, right?
Yeah, we've done it before. The first year that we were a sponsor, we actually brought the gooey duck, and so by popular demand, we brought it back. And so,
how did they cook it that year, and what do you think they'll do with it this year?
Well, that year, nobody knew what a gooey duck was because it wasn't on TV. Nobody knew a whole lot about it, and so they made a chowder with it. And so typically what you do with gooey duck is you'd make sashimi out of the trunk, which is delicious if you do it right. And then you would do a soup or a fried fritter with the body meat.
I guess that makes sense with a lot of the ingredients they have here, like the fish and the gooey duck. You're really going to sashimi or stir fry. That's about all you can do with it with the time constraints?
No, you can do a whole lot of other things.
There's more things.
Oh, there's a lot of different things you can do with it. Like I said, you can deep fry the fritter and do a little fritter with it, and the body is delicious. It tastes just like a fried oyster. And the nice part about all this is that these are ingredients that are available in larger metropolitan cities. And we're able to bring that here to Oklahoma City and showcase what the culinary expertise of Oklahoma City.
Tell us a little bit more about the inventory that the residents of Oklahoma City can find at Super Cow Win.
Well, like I said, we've got products from over 50 different countries. It's not just Asian food. It's Middle Eastern food. It's Italian food. It's Brazilian food. We've got a new line of Brazilian products. So it's not just Asian food. You can find all the Asian foods at Super Cow Win, but also anything that pretty much you see on any of the food channels. We carry a lot of the ingredients there.
You sound like a man who knows what he's doing in the kitchen. What are some of the favorite things that you like to eat?
Oh, I like to go eat everywhere. We've got a great lineup of restaurants here in Oklahoma City. In the past 5-10 years, we've had great chefs come in, and we've had great restaurants open up, and I love to go out and eat and support the local restaurants here.
You know, I mentioned earlier, not every state has a convention like this, but this kind of shows that we're not just in the Midwest of the country with no good food. There's a lot of good food here in the middle of the country, restaurants and places like yourself who provide that inventory.
Yeah, there's a bunch of world-class restaurateurs and chefs here that are on national publications, and what we'd like to do is be able to give them the tools to be able to showcase that in their restaurants. And a lot of the chefs are bringing and using these ingredients that you only see in New York and LA and Chicago's, but we've got these here in Oklahoma City.
Very cool. He's Bala Wong from Super Cow Win. Go check out his place. I see the judges are digging into the appetizer right now. You've probably tasted a few of the plates yesterday and today. What was some of your favorites?
I didn't get a chance to taste any of the plates yesterday. I'm on a little diet, so I left that to the chefs, to the experts.
Fair enough. I'll let you get back to business. Thank you for your time. Great to meet you.
Thank you.
We'll throw it back to the competition.
How advantageous it is for them to get involved with some of these programs, because you can't just walk into the cane break and say, Chef Sam, please mentor me, please teach me. And same with, with this competition here, as Zena mentioned yesterday, these culinary students that are assisting the chefs have gone through each of the rounds with them, and 90% of the first place ranked chefs have hired their student assistant to actually come and work with them later.
Tina from Market Source. Where is Zena? Is she just
She's hiding from us. We're not that scary.
Let's find Zena. Where's Zena? 23 minutes, gentlemen, 23 minutes. Yeah, ProStart is one of the many opportunities the Oklahoma Restaurant Association is involved with to promote the next generation of chefs. Let's face it, none of us are spring chickens up here. None of these guys are trying to pay attention.
They stopped listening to us yesterday.
You've got to have the next generation of culinary professionals, and this competition, ProStart, lots of things in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Oklahoma Restaurant Association promotes, really bring up that next crop, culinary. And ProStart is one of them.
And Oklahoma, I mean, I think every year I'm more and more impressed at the chefs that we have, at the restaurants that we have, at the talent we have, and it's programs like that and opportunities like this that I think really encourage great talent to join this and stick with it. And 27 applicants for this competition this year.
It's fantastic. It's the collective hospitality bar in this state is leaps and bounds every year, up and up and up. You look at the judges in all of the restaurants, the press that they represent. You look at this talent up here on the stage. And these
Makes me proud to be an Okie.
Yeah, these ladies and gentlemen are making amazing food. So we're in good hands. We're in good hands.
And we're in the wonderful hands of Randy Lunsford, who has been entertaining us throughout all of this deliciousness.
21 minutes, chefs, 21 minutes.
There's another guy has 1 acre cauliflower.
Hey.
Minutes, yes, you have 20 minutes. 18 minutes, chefs, 18 minutes.
We have one of the 3 courses already served and judged. The 2 chefs now must present an entree and a dessert to our 5 judges. They are making 3 identical plates. They have 3 proteins that must be used. The sushi grade snapper, the wild boar, and the gooey duck. I believe both chefs used the gooey duck already, and we had some snapper, yes? Did both chefs use the snapper already? No, okay, one of the snapper is down, so we're still expecting some fish in one more course, and then we are still expecting some boar. I don't know, maybe candied boar dessert. I don't know.
You want to talk to Zena, right?
Hi,
Oh, actually,
how are you?
Oh my God.
What's going on? You ready?
I have a great
Where do we
idea.
want to be?
What's your great idea?
Okay.
I don't want to tell these chefs that I have a great idea because they might do it.
Oh, you have a great idea for dessert? All of Sam's ideas are great.
We are still live. About 15 minutes left here in the finals of the Culinary Cook-Off, the Oklahoma Restaurant Association Convention and Expo here in downtown Oklahoma City at the Cox Convention Center. We're on the convention floor. I'm joined by Zena Dater with the Oklahoma Restaurant Association. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. How's this event going?
It's going great. We had 27 people this year that sent in applications. We had to choose from those, first come, first served for the first 12. We mirror it with 12 students from local culinary schools, which makes it more of a little bit of a mentoring program, so we're liking this. But we've had a great turnout this year.
27 chefs tried to get into it. 12 actually competed yesterday and today. The 2 finalists that were watching up there, Michael Paskey from Cafe 7 and David Wynn from the Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club. You guys had the big unveiling about
an hour ago.
We'll shuffle to the side here. About an hour ago, you guys had the nice curtains that you unveiled, and the gasp from the audience as you had the mystery ingredients.
Mystery ingredients, wild boar and gooey duck clam.
Now, when you guys were preparing this, were you just like laughing evilly, you know, Mr. Burns off The Simpsons style when you're considering the mystery ingredient?
Absolutely, and then of course we had to borrow the wild boar head from a friend of mine. So
now, wait a minute, Zena. Who happens to have a friend that has a wild boar head?
Only Zena has a friend.
You're like, you know what? I know a guy.
I know a guy that has a wild boar head.
All right, well, this has been a fun event. Like I said, it was yesterday and today. We're about 15 minutes left. What have you seen the past couple days that kind of surprised you? This is not your first event, not your first rodeo, but it's always a fun time. 6,000-ish people here over the 2-day event.
Yeah, actually it's my 19th year, and I have to say that we had a lot of new chefs this year, a lot of young chefs, few old ones in the mix, but we've seen a lot of talent. The up-and-coming chefs in this industry in the state of Oklahoma are amazing, and this is our way at the Restaurant Association to give back to them.
Now, have you been able to enjoy any of the food that these chefs have prepared?
I have not tasted one thing. All the judges eat everything.
You put so much work and effort into this, and you haven't gotten to enjoy any of it yet?
No, I get the pleasure of looking at it.
I don't care if it's right or not.
I was talking with Ba Luong from Super Cow Win. He said the same thing. He goes, no, Dave, actually, I haven't had anything to eat yet, but it looks really good.
It does look great.
What could this mean to one of these two when they win this?
Well, first of all, it's $3,000. They get a great trophy. They actually get 2 trophies, one trophy for themselves and one for their restaurant. And then the other thing they get is bragging rights for a whole year. And most of them want to come back and try to get their title again. So yeah, they got some good bragging rights.
You know, yesterday you had the cocktail shakedown, and there's the WWE style belt.
Yes.
In addition to the $1,500 and a TV, I think that they won. This is a little bit more of a trophy, right?
This is a trophy, yeah. Now they you know, the bartenders did a great job yesterday. We had 12 outstanding bartenders. And Kyle won, Kyle Fleshrider won, so he was good. But yeah, both of the competitions draw a lot of attraction here.
Kyle Fleischfresser, as she mentioned, won the 2nd annual cocktail shakedown. That Fleischfresser family, they really don't know much about culinary or cocktail, right?
Nah, I've got to teach them some things.
And
We had Kurt on earlier. He's one of the judges, of course. He's with Western Concepts. Wow, it's really getting down to the last final 10 minutes here.
It is getting crazy. This is when it gets intense for these people.
You guys put a lot of thought into the setup here. This is a cool setup with the tilted mirrors, the cameras up top. It's a nice presentation.
Yeah, it's 3 mirrored kitchens, and over the years it has just evolved into a huge competition. We hope that at some point we can get it sanctioned.
Very cool. I was talking with Jim Hopper yesterday. He said, not every state has a restaurant convention, but this one's been going strong and continues to flourish.
Yeah, I think this is our second largest revenue generator for the Oklahoma Restaurant Association. It also is the largest show in the region. A couple of years ago, we went from a 3-day show to a 2-day show, which expanded on our booths. I mean, we have 450 booths and 300 and something exhibitors. And we've got a lot of new exhibitors this year, so this is great. If you want to open up a restaurant, you come here and you can do it from point A to point F, G.
You're right about that. I was talking with Alain Bouthillon from La Baguette, Bellini's earlier. He was like, he's not competing, or I'm not even sure he has a booth out here. It was more the interaction. So, because the restaurant industry, everybody kind of knows everybody, but this is a great place for networking.
It's a great network. I see people that I haven't seen in a year, and it's like you pick it up right where you left off. But it's nice, and then you get a lot of new people that are in the industry that just want to know what to do, what procedures to do to open up a restaurant, so it's very fun.
Well, and to that matter, you guys had some workshops yesterday and today addressing some of those matters.
Right, and that's what we do. We try to do workshops every year, and they can bring their staff in, the management can come in, and we do everything from how to fold a napkin to suggestive selling to upselling liquor.
I think that's a really good point.
Some of the business practices as well. She's Zena Dater. I'm going to let her go, get back to work. She's the hardest working woman here on the floor. Thank you very much for your time. Congrats on this event.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And so for that student to be,
And we'll throw it back to the cheese winch. I'm not joking. That's what she goes by. She's one of our MCs, her and Sam.
remaining on the clock for this.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Oh my God. Where did an hour go? That's fantastic.
In 10 minutes, we will have the entree and the dessert served to our 5 judges for this final portion. And we've got several criteria that they're looking at. Complexity and difficulty, product taste, how well the chef used the mystery basket items, and we did have 3 proteins this round. All 3 must be used. Sanitation practices, because we do not like sick judges. Emphasis on protein, because protein is wonderful. Presentation of finished product, because we eat with our eyes. Originality, creativity. We just talked about the use of the culinary students. And proper use of equipment. That is how the judges will score these. There's a maximum of 70 points total for each judge to award each chef. The high and the low scores will be discarded. And we have just seen the scores going through the roof these last couple of rounds. Every round it just gets more and more impressive.
More and more heated, as it should. Culinary cook-off. 9 minutes, gentlemen. 9 minutes.
fried fish, little flying fish roe, kumquat, almond oil, just kind of sweet and sour. Back and forth.
Got a course coming in here real quick. I guess we'll tell us about it here in a second. Seven minutes, 30 seconds. 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, Chef Sam. Both of the chefs have used their gooey duck.
Michael, quickly, tell us what that was.
It was just quick pan-fried fish with, kumquat jelly, a little bit of vinegar, almond oil, salt, pepper, and a quick infused. It's great.
Fantastic. Sounds great. Sounds great.
Beautiful. All right, so the judges are going to tuck into that and
Chef, 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
once again, thank you to Randy Lunsford, and thank you to the other partners supporting the Oklahoma Restaurant Association Culinary Cook-Off. Our lead partner is Market Source, and we are waving at Ms. Zena Dater. Would you please be so kind as to join us up here? Thank you to Market Source. Thank you to our premier platinum partner, Kelly Brokerage Inc., our silver partners, AutoClore System, Allen Oliver, Heartland Payment Systems, our gold partners, Roland Foods, Ben E. Key, Carlisle Food Service Products, Friedman Meats, Fresh Point, Blazers, Oklahoma, Premium Brands Wines and Spirits, the Oklahoma Pork Council, Super Cow Win, Superior Linen Service, U.S. Foods, and Go Fresh. And thank you to the students of the Culinary Institute at Platt College, Francis Tuttle, and Tulsa Tech ProStart. 5 minutes remaining on the clock in our final round.
Wild boar, wild boar. See this right here? It is good luck.
He's so cute.
So, hopefully somebody got a picture of that. Zena, tell us about this thing you've got going on for the last 19 years. Market Source, Zena Dater.
I mean, this whole thing is your fault.
I know. Isn't this great? Are you
It's
guys
wonderful.
having a good time? This is great. I am so grateful to the Restaurant Association for putting on this. This is wonderful. I love the fact that we're recognizing new chefs, old chefs, upcoming chefs in the industry. I like the fact,
calling Sam
real
old.
old chefs. Yeah, three of the oldest chefs here. Oh, the real old ones down on the end. And thank you very much to the judges. You guys have been my judges for many, many years, and I appreciate what you do.
I mean, these are busy,
Yeah.
talented gentlemen who have taken 2 days out of their schedule and lent their
Have we
time.
introduced them lately?
We've introduced them, and sometimes they're hiding when we do.
We've introduced them plenty.
But we'll do it again just because it kind of makes them blush.
Makes them
And I
blush.
like it.
You have done it 18 years. 18 years. Man, no, the first year that we did it, we didn't have a lot of judges. So it was only 2 people in a booth, in a small booth, and it has grown from that. 27 people tried to get in this year. It's
For
the
12
first
spots.
12, for 12 spots. So when we put it out next year, get in there quick. We also pair it with 12 students. What we have found is the winning chef, a lot of times, 90% of the time, has ended up hiring the sous chef that's helped them. So it's a great opportunity for students. So when you get in there, do the best you can, and then you may have a job when you graduate. So I thank you for coming out and supporting this, and I thank all the sponsors, and we'll do it again next year.
Always looking forward to next year. Always looking forward to the next course.
Market source, 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
2 minutes and 30 seconds. And we have another plate that is down. And Chef David is actually in here with his student plating the last course. And then we will find out what the chefs are enjoying. We'll have him go ahead and describe both of those two plates. Jump on down there. You gonna catch me?
Shit. 2 minutes, chefs. You have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. One minute, 30 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Coming down to it. How about a big round of applause for these two chefs doing what they do? Give it up.
And these are busy culinary professionals. Again, taking time out of their schedule to come and play with us and entertain us and have a great time.
They are very busy. They are the future.
Hey, you know what? Not everybody sits around and eats bonbons and watches the soaps like we do, Sammy.
Exactly. Speaking of which, we have 1 minute to go. Chefs, 1 minute. Sorry. 50 seconds. $40 seconds.
All right, and I see desserts leaving the kitchen from Chef David Wynn's side.
30 seconds, chefs, 30 seconds. $20 seconds. 20 seconds.
All right, our time is coming to a close here. We will hear from both of these chefs.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big round of applause. Bigger round of applause. Huge round of applause.
That's what we rest.
Ah, that's got to feel good, huh? You want to tell us a little bit about this food, David? You all right? All right, here you go.
What I got for you on the entree is a little roasted boar. I made a little stock with the bones of the boar, and then I kind of did a little beurre rouge kind of it, and then finished off with a little bit of rosemary, and then roasted potatoes, then a stewed okra.
Fantastic. Beurre rouge, old school, man. I love it. One of my favorites. Chef Basquet, what do you got, man? What do you got? How you feel?
I feel good, except for, you know, it's kind of a silly goat, and I wasn't really paying.
It's a pig, actually. It's a pig.
Silly pig, either way.
But yeah, I like how you're like
3 plates
smacking
each,
meat.
but I did seared boar, and I also took some of the boar, put it in the pressure cooker, and created a sauce, reduced it down, mounted butter into it. Did kind of a puree of potato, sweet and regular yellow potatoes. So just nice and simple. Did celery on top just to brighten it up, give it nice earthy notes.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Glad
Looks
it's over?
beautiful.
It was a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
The real question is, did you guys have fun this week? Yeah. Woo!
There you go. I'm happy to give up my position on the board of directors of the ORA if you want to just take that spot over.
I just have to run around and act like you?
Yes, yeah. I mean, we've got, yeah.
I just have to buy glasses without lenses.
I'll talk to the presidents right down there. We'll see what we can work out.
We'll see what we can do.
All right, good luck. Good luck, Michael.
All right, and then. All right, Chef Dave Wynn, what did you do for the dessert?
I just did a little fruit compound and then fruit compote, and then a little crispy phyllo chips, and then a little chantilly. That's about it. Vanilla chantilly. Real simple, real easy.
We had a lot of protein there, so Symbol is probably really good in this case.
That's true. I mean, there's a lot of protein there, so something kind of fresh and kind of bright at the end, kind of hopefully finishes off well.
This is the first time you cooked with gooey duck?
Yes, it was the first time. I mean, I tried it. It tastes like oyster, so I just kind of par cooked it with a little bit of the vinaigrette that I made, and then just let it go on from there. That's just a fruit compote with a little bit of Japanese pear.
Chef Paskey, what did you do for dessert?
For the dessert, took the plantains, cooked them down, a little bit of water, sugar, just kind of made a faux cream, kind of like a pastry cream, but I used it out of the bananas, didn't have the time to have it set up. And I used a little bit of the phyllo, and then fresh fruit, a little bit of honey. We're in Oklahoma, everybody loves honey, so just kind of piled it on there. You got some creamy texture, crunchy, and fresh fruit.
Sounds good, sounds good. Okay, as these chefs and their students clean this mess up, oh my goodness, what a mess they made. Clean this mess up, that is part of the criteria as well. The judges are tasting and sipping and swirling, and we will be with you very shortly for
Such a tough
the
job.
results. Oh, it's a wonder they're upright.
I feel so bad for them.
I mean, Kurt's been, what's he say, he's been doing this for 48 years?
This is his 18th.
Oh, I'm sorry,
stint.
18th year, my bad.
Sitting
My
here being fed all of these dishes by all of these talented chefs. I don't know how you deal.
Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down. For it's firework. This world keeps spinning. That's right. That's what all the people say. And ride your high shut down the day. But I'm gonna change that day. Well, I'm back on top of you. I said that's right. But isn't this it? Some people get the kicks. Just stop and run your dreams. But don't let it get me down. 'Cause this final world keeps spinning round. I'm
All right, so all 3 courses from our 2 chefs are out. The judges are sampling and scoring. In here pretty soon, we will have the final numbers to determine who is the winner of the 2015 Oklahoma Restaurant Association Culinary Cook-Off, presented by Market Source, Kelly Brokerage Inc., Autoclore System, Alan Oliver, Heartland Payment Systems, Benny Keith, Carlisle Food Service Products, Friedman Meats, Fresh Point, Roland Foods, Blazers Oklahoma, Premium Brand Wine and Spirits, the Oklahoma Pork Council, Super Cowan, Superior Linen Service, U.S. Foods, and Go Fresh. And thank you, and Cafe 7. And thank you to the students of the Culinary Institute of Black College, Francis Tuttle, and Tulsa Tech ProStar students. And thank you to all the chefs and the restaurants who have let them sneak away. And we're going to have, would you like to say a few words about
He's going to tell us about cooking gooey duck. He's a pro.
some of the technical...
From Super Calvin.
Well, a gooey duck is typically what they'll do is they'll do sashimi with the trunk on the gooey duck. So you would do sashimi with the trunk on the gooey duck. And in order to do sashimi, what you do is you would blanch the gooey duck for probably about 30 seconds. Just to give it a quick blanch. And once you take it up, you cut right around the outside of the shell, and then you pull off the skin on the trunk. So once you pull off the skin, you'll slice the trunk off of the clam, and then you'll slice it. And then after you slice it, what you want to do on the gooey duck with the slices of sashimi is you want to put it on a little bit of ice to let it chill a little bit, and you want to serve that chilled somewhere between refrigerated and room temperature, but not quite refrigerated, but not quite room temperature. So it'll give it a nice little crisp. And then with the body, what typically what people do is you've got 2 options on the body of the gooey duck. You will either do a soup with it. It makes excellent clam chowder on that. Very expensive clam chowder, but it'll make a great clam chowder. Or the other you can do is slice it and then deep fry it and batter. Everything tastes better battered, and it tastes just like a fried oyster as battered.
Sounds fantastic.
Expensive. What are we talking about expensive? What does a gooey duck cost?
So gooey duck is about $40 a pound right now, is kind of like the wholesale price on it. And with gooey duck, the nice part about having gooey duck here this year is that you see gooey duck on TV, you see it on Bizarre Foods, you see it in LA and New York and Japan. And the cool part is that we have it here in Oklahoma City. And so we can always special order that, and a lot of the restaurants here sometimes will have it on the menu.
Super Calvin, amazing products. I mean,
What a cool thing, yeah.
What a great resource for everybody in Oklahoma and Oklahoma City especially. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And every year that that final table is such a just beautiful assortment of products.
Always just filled with your fantastic things. Yeah, thank you. All right, the judges are working through.
We've got
I got one more. You ready? Mark, you ready?
Chef Mark Van Osdal from Nebo Guggenheimer has a culinary trivia question.
So we had the wild boar up here. Can someone name the 4 primal cuts of the boar?
4 primal cuts of the boar. Raise your hand if you know the answer. And we've got a set of 6 stems, wine stems for you, courtesy of Market Source.
Anybody name the 4 primal cuts of the boar?
All right, let's
Got one?
see what you got.
Oh man, this he's making a wine cellar.
The loin, the round belly, and the shoulder. Close but no.
Close but no.
Close but no. All
Close, but
right.
no. Still out there. 4 primal cuts.
All right, we've got another.
All right, we got
Shoulder, loin, belly, and ham.
Yes. That's it.
Shoulder, loin, belly, and ham.
All right, we have a winner.
Yes, please. Shoulder, loin, belly, and ham. done. Fantastic. Okay, the judges have eaten, and they have been watered and fed all day long. You can't believe the detritus, the culinary detritus on this table up here. I mean, it is thick. These guys are going to have take a nap. Does the ORA...
Oh, wah.
Jim, does the ORA spring for a hotel room for these 5 people just because they're just worn out?
It's so rough. I think they need a massage therapist and, you know.
Oh, I know. It's terrible. It's just rough. Yeah, I'm running out of time, Kirk.
All right, we have,
scores are being tallied. We'll be right back with you with the results here pretty quick.
One more score sheet down there at the end being finished. So we can start up. It looks like he's finished. So we can start down here and get a couple of thoughts.
Let's have a few last cool sounds from Randy Lunsford. Brother, thank you so much. It was so much fun to be with you here again this year. It's fantastic, man. Love it. Yeah, fantastic job. Lots of fun to play with Eddie for a couple days. He is the evil culinary genius. You are a culinary genius.
But he's copping to he's not denying the evil part.
He is an evil genius. Culinary manager from Sonic, Eddie Hardwick.
And we had some questions about what the prizes are for this competition. And we've got first, second, third, and fourth place for both the chef and the student. For the chef, first place is $3,000. So yeah, I man, that might be worth putting up with your antics for, you know, this basket for a couple days. So you can't make it easy. Second place for the chef is $1,500. Third place is $750, and fourth place is $375. The students also win a monetary prize. First place student receives $500. Second is $300. Third is $200, and fourth place is $100 for the students. And we are getting pretty close to finding out who will be those winners. Real close. And before we find out who won, do we want to get a word from the chefs on the on enchiladas?
I'm sorry, the enchiladas?
We have enchiladas.
Yes, excellent. No, I think we'll go for it.
Okay, I'm hearing they did a wonderful job. So.
All right, final words. Chef Bennett, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, this was a big challenge. I mean, gooey duck and the wild boar, I don't know what I would have done. But the four main cuts of the boar are the head, the tail, the tusk, and the ham.
Excellent. That's perfect, Chef. You're exactly right. Dave, Kathy, what do you think?
What are we talking about? Anything. Xena Dater, ladies and gentlemen. No. Yes, that's what I live for.
All right, Chef Kurt has a comment.
One thing that happened up there, if you're doing these competitions, is I think they got wishy-washy on their ideas, because there was some stuff that each one of them started that I wanted to taste, and they veered away from it and did something different. So I think sometimes your first instinct is good. So I think sometimes your first instinct is good when you're under fire, because both these guys started something that I wanted to see, and then they veered off from it. So
Bait and switch, man.
yeah, I think if you get up there, that's something to think about.
Don't let the judges see it if you're not going to deliver it.
Something to think about.
All right, Chef Robert Black.
Is this open mic, or are we talking about the food? Okay. Well, yeah, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Black.
Yeah, no, I'll talk about our MCs, Sam and Amanda. These two have entertained, worked a little bit, and really helped put on a good show. They're both great, talented people. They volunteer their time and efforts to, and love both you guys. Appreciate the job you guys did, and am happy you guys are part of the competition today.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. We're friends. Yeah, we get along all right. All right. What do you got, Mark?
Oh, it's been a great 2 days. Oh, it's been great competition. These guys, everybody's really fought it out. We've had some really close ones, some of the closest ones we've ever had yesterday. So it's been great.
Yeah,
you guys did an awesome job.
Painfully close.
Yes.
Half an hour just
What did we
to
get to
through
go?
the rules.
What was that
We had
one?
to
Five?
bust out the rule book.
5 tiebreakers that one went to?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's amazing. So it's been a great 2 days.
You want to say anything before I do this?
Again, that's a testament to what kind of talent we've got.
Congratulations to everyone that was here. They did a good job. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much, Market Source.
All right, so can we get some
Chefs,
chefs
we need
and
your
some
chefs
students
and
in
students right up here, please.
to the front kitchen area?
David, come on up. Grab your students.
Come on, buddy.
And about an hour and 45 minutes after we started live streaming, we're about to get our answer here as they will reveal first and second place, the Culinary Cook-Off, the Oklahoma Restaurant Association Convention and Expo. Will it be Michael Paskey of Cafe 7 or David Wynn from the Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club? We'll throw it back to our MCs, Sam Brackett and Amanda Simcoe. Some advanced math going on at this point.
There's the shot right there.
Okay. That was a bonus shot, by the way. Yeah, you thought I didn't notice that, did you? Huh?
That's really why we invited him.
2015 Oklahoma Restaurant Association Culinary Cook-Off, 4th place, Rachel Foster.
Congratulations, Chef.
You want to just kind of do this. There you go. Now you're getting it. There you get it. Got to find your student. Oh, doing dishes. Perfect. 3rd place.
Congratulations.
Yeah, big round of applause.
Zena Dater with Market Source awarding the presents.
3rd
presentations.
place this year, Culinary Cook-Off. From Nebu, Jimmy Tillman. Chef Jimmy, you still with us? Mark probably made him go to work. Jimmy.
He's working over there.
Oh, look. No, he's not. He's at
the
Krebs.
chalk.
He's at Krebs Brewing.
He's at the chalk table. Hey,
All right,
you know.
give it up. 3rd place.
Man after my own heart. Misses his name. There's beer there.
Totally busted. You're probably on the clock.
His boss is right here.
I know. He's got to get back to work. Pick it up a little bit. 2nd place, Culinary Cook-Off 2015.
We've gotten so close, ladies and gentlemen, so close.
Gosh, Sam, have you not been watching Miss America lately?
1st place, First place, 2015, Oklahoma Restaurant Association Culinary Cook-Off, $3,000. David Wynn. And if David does something egregious on social media, backing him up will be Michael Paskey. 2nd place. You can take the title if David goes off the reservation somehow. Please,
They wear
please,
the same size tiara.
a big round of applause for all of these competitors. That's a long 48 hours for these chefs. And you.
And we'll have a word with David Wynn, our winner of the 2015 Culinary Cook-Off here briefly.
Ladies
Photo
and
ops.
gentlemen, that concludes the 2015
Photo ops are underway right now.
Culinary Cook-Off. Brought to you by the Oklahoma Restaurant Association. Zena Dater, Market Source. Shannon Mode, Oklahoma Restaurant Association. Please be sure and grab your cash on the way out the door. My name is Sam Bracken. I'm the executive chef and owner of Resort and Spa The Canebrake.
All right, we're going to grab David Wynn just a second. They are wrangling chefs right now for presentations and handshakes and photos. David, can we talk real fast?
Yeah, sure.
Let's step right here. David